Hello everybody, and welcome back to Vintage Story. Today, as always, we got some work to do. Now, I came out here to our farm because we are making some good progress on growth here. A lot of these things are pretty close. The carrots are actually finished growing, so we are ready to make our first harvest here. And with that in mind, a lot of these are pretty close to going here. I want to officially make a permanent field for our farm, so I don't like having it kind of above the water like this. If we can get away with, having the full lake effect here. So what I think I want to do is I want to clear out a... Oh, good thing we filled this in. That could have been really bad. I definitely did not see that there. With that being said, I want to clear out an area for our farm. We have our berry patch over here. We have our first berries coming in, actually. Very beautiful. We should be able to preserve some of these with our beeswax once that's ready, so we'll be able to make some fruit jam, I believe it's called, if we use honey and berries. Hopefully these last for a little while without being consumed by raccoons or anything like that. We could put fencing around these berry bushes as well to kind of protect them a little bit more from raccoons. But as far as a farm goes, I'm debating on whether I want to do it on this side or on this side over by the cave. I think maybe we do it right here, kind of next to the berry farm. I want to level all of this ground out, and then we'll just have a big open area to develop our farm. The first farm that we're going to be building isn't going to be super massive, but we're going to have to clear out a lot of dirt here, make it a nice flat area for our farm right next to the base. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do first off here. So we have our iron shovel. I also crafted an iron hoe. So we're going to be doing a lot of ground tilling here. We're going to need our bucket to transport water over to the farm as well. All of these are, at 75% moisture with the one tile in between, and you can kind of like put a trapdoor above them to make them look a little nicer. But that's kind of going to be the idea for the farm. We're going to need to move all of our pit kilns and all of that stuff so we can have a nice sort of area for our farm here. First thing we're going to destroy is this panic shelter. Let's go ahead and just get to work clearing out some of the land here. Yeah, so I think I kind of have the farm like raised one up from where the house is. Have the house kind of like in a little valley here. But we're going to want to clear out a lot of this dirt. Going to be replacing all of this with medium fertility soil, so we do want to kind of dig all of this out. This iron shovel is super quick. We're going to have a lifetime supply of dirt here. Don't even know if we're going to be able to store all of it. I think maybe like this size is probably going to be good to start with. Let's go ahead and clear out this dirt here. Dig this in just a little bit more. So we'll have a fence around it. We are already filling up our inventory. I don't think we have enough medium fertility to completely do this thing, but I want to get it dug out in preparation for the future at least. Yeah, I think that is about the size of our farm, at least for now. Let's see how much we can fill in with the medium fertility. I just have 2 stacks plus 8 for right now. It's definitely not going to be enough for this whole thing, but we can at least get started on it here. So it's 10, 11, 12. So maybe do 12 by 12. And we could fill in here. There we go. Optimal water placement. All the way around. Got our 12 by 12 farm. Fill in this last little hole there. Very nice. Now we're going to have to till all this ground up. Okay, so yeah, as somebody said in the comments, you cannot actually pull up farmland after it has been tilled now. So once it's tilled, it is permanently here. So we're going to till up this whole field. We're obviously not quite ready to plant all of it up yet. I did actually pull up the high fertility soil that we found as well. I think I want to save that, at least for now. One of the benefits of having a field larger than the number of seeds you have is you can kind of rotate your crops into open spots as well. I think this is larger than what we have over there. That is a pretty sizable farm. let's just keep on working here. I'm gonna go get a little bit of food, fill our stomachs, and keep on working. Got quite a bit of tilling to go here. We're also gonna need to craft up a ton of fences to secure this whole thing. Alright, so there's the whole farm tilled up. We'll get our fence posts up on this thing. Looking very nice. So in just a couple short days, all of these should be good to go, ideally. Maybe not. I mean, some of these are, this is at 4 out of 9, the flax. Some of this will be finished, though. And we do actually have a few spare seeds that we can be planting up. So let's go ahead and get our bucket ready, and let's start getting the water in there. This butterfly into our home. Got a couple of butterflies in here now. And then we'll start planting up our new seeds right now. And, as we need to expand this farm, we'll be able to expand it. All of our fields should get a moisture level here pretty soon. They're all tilled up, all moist and ready to go. I am going to just harvest all this grass here. I could also make a scythe. That might be a nice thing to have. That'll make harvesting grass so much easier. But with that taken care of, let's grab some sticks and some boards and get to work making more fencing. So 6 crafts of the fences should be enough. I think we'll put our gate like right here maybe, and then we can make like a little staircase. There we go. All fenced in and ready to go. Beautiful, beautiful new farm. The moisture is slowly creeping in here, 75%. Maybe we can like surround this with cobblestone or something to make it look a little bit more permanent. And we are just finally starting to get to work on the homestead here, making things a little bit nicer. Loving the new farm. Definitely going to need to expand it at some point here though. We have an insane amount of berries starting to come in here. I'll try leaving those berries for a little while. If raccoons start eating them up, then we're going to have to harvest them and store them and see what we can do about getting some fruit prepared for the winter as well. We don't have honey quite yet, but for the time being it is getting a little late here with medium rift activity. So maybe we should get inside. Oh, we got a bunch of fire clay bricks. Oh, that was something else I did. I prepared a few more fire clay bricks, so we have more bloomeries ready to go. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is harvest our carrots. Let's go ahead and harvest these. Turnips are still growing in, but our carrots are ready. Absolutely wonderful. Very first harvest of the game here. So as you can see, the nutrient values have changed in the fertilized soil where we harvested those carrots. So the potassium level is now 58%. And if we wanted to plant more carrots here, it would only be 58% viable here. So it would be much slower. So that's kind of why you want to rotate your crops. We do have our nice new farm here, so I'm going to get a bunch of these seeds planted up, especially the flax, onions, spelt, and then I guess rye. Rye we are, not a ideal climate for, but it will be nice to have, so let's just get this planted up. Again, it's just going to be a mash of random seeds. Alright, there's all of our seeds planted. Even more flax for us growing. That's the main thing. We want to get a ton of flax for ourselves. But yeah, feeling good about the new farm. A few more days, we'll have that ready to go. And of course, in 2 more days at this point, we will have our bees ready to go as well. Let's go ahead and make up a couple more bloomeries here. We already have a ton of iron in here. We have 41 blooms that still need to be processed. I did do a little bit more forging, so we have 6 bars ready to go there. Oh, we only have 88 more hematite. We didn't even need 2 bloomeries. You know what? Maybe we just hold off on it then. We'll have to go back and mine some more. You want to use the full 120 if you can. You're pretty good on iron for the time being. So let's just store up the leftover bloomeries for now. They will be useful in the future for sure. But let's also get our carrots down in the cellar. Carrots should last a good amount of time. 107 days before they rot, so really nice on the carrots there. And with the night fast falling upon us, let's settle in and maybe do a little bit more bar preparation. So we could do something like make chainmail armor, but as you can see, even the helmet, which is the lightest piece, I believe, gives you a 3% walk speed debuff. All three of the pieces actually have the same walk speed debuff. So that's like one of the major downsides of using chainmail. And then the plate armor is even worse, 14% walk speed, so you know, it takes an insane amount of materials, but it makes you so slow wearing it. You know, the steel plate, all of this, minus 14%. So it's the strongest armor for sure, but, you know, the walk speed penalty is just massive. That's why I think a lot of people stick with the Gambazon armor. I'm not really interested in making iron armor, if I'm being honest. I kind of want to wait for Gambazon. We do have a bit of flax fiber in storage. I highly doubt this would be enough to make any Gambazon armor. Probably about 200 flax twine is what you need for tailored Gambazon, just the body. And then, of course, you want the head and the feet as well. So an insane amount of flax you're going to need. That's why I'm so insistent upon always growing flax whenever we can. But yeah, with that said, let's just kind of settle in here for the night. We still have some work to do. Yep, sounds like the drifters are coming in. They're gonna be throwing rocks at us like that. Close our door here. Hopefully they can't get into our yard. I'm not sure how they got into our yard last time. But yeah, let's settle in for the evening here. We could, of course, sleep, but what I think I'm gonna do is just do a little bit of foraging. Just have a nice supply of iron on the side for whenever we need it. Yeah, I'm just going to settle in for tonight, do some foraging, and I will be back with you guys first thing in the morning. Alright, good morning everybody. Looks like the drifters didn't make it into our fencing this time. Got a decent amount of iron done in the evening. Looking pretty snazzy there with that pile. Really proud of that. Plenty of material for tools in the near future here. Let's go ahead and do a little cleanup duty out here for the stragglers. Always seem to be getting stuck in our pits here. Two kills. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Nothing. Nothing. Alright. This is a horsetail. I guess we're technically in a forest biome here then? Interesting. Maybe that's why the certain crops are not growing properly, is we're not really in a temperate zone, we're in a forest. Not entirely sure. I think what we do now is let's clear out these old burning pits and get them relocated somewhere else. Maybe over on this side of the base we'll have like a little burning pit zone designated. Let's just go ahead, clear out all this old dirt here, and then maybe cobblestone all the way down into the basement. On this side at least. Do have a little bit of cobblestone remaining. Exactly enough to finish up that little piece of the base there. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, I think it's time to focus a little bit on decorating the base here. We've been living out of, I mean, it's not a bad base, but, you know, we could definitely use a little bit more pizzazz. And then let's remake our burning pit. I mean, when we expand the base, we're probably going to want to expand backwards, I feel like, maybe up on this hill. That would be kind of cool. This will remain maybe just like our workshop area, then our basement down here. Oh, our prepared hides are done. Okay. So, final stage. We'll get 24 leather in 5 days, so seal that up. So 24 leather would be enough to make 3 backpacks here. I don't know if I want to use all of it on backpacks or what exactly, but we could get 3 backpacks plus the 1 linen sack. That would be a huge expansion to our inventory. Let's get to work on our burning pits again. I mean, we could always relocate stuff in the future. So I think for now, let's just make this little area over here like a burning pit area, I think. Alright, there we go. Nice little burn pit area. All packed dirt, so no worry about forest fires. Nice and contained from the rain. Very cool. We are definitely going to be wanting a lot of roof shingles for when we build our new expansion to the base. And speaking of the expansion to the base, I've been thinking about what kind of material I might want to use. And since we have limestone so close by, I think I might want to try plaster. These plaster pieces take quicklime, and quicklime is created by baking normal ground up limestone. And if you use boards, you can make these kind of interesting looking diagonal plank versions of it and all of that. Oh, we're going to need limestone sand in addition to quicklime, so a lot of materials to gather. I think the first thing that we maybe do is a big session of limestone quarrying. I would also like to do some hunting to get more hides to turn into leather. So I think those are going to be our first 2 jobs here. Look at our beautiful pine forest coming in. Absolutely majestic. If only bees could spawn in one of these a little bit closer by. You know, as we're waiting for our bees to mature and all of that, let's go ahead and go on a little bit of a limestone gathering journey. So I think it can actually be any kind of sand, so we should be able to use gravel sand, which we have infinite amounts of, in addition to the limestone quicklime. So I think that is going to be our mission for today. Let's go ahead and grab up some of our mining tools here. I'm going to grab our tin bronze pick, and then on top of that, I definitely want to bring a CarryOn chest with us. So let's actually go ahead and craft up another chest here. We'll carry this with us. On the way over there, we can just leave it in our inventory so it doesn't slow us down. And then let's head on over to the limestone area. So off in this direction we go. Pick up some berries along the way. Why not? Got some rifts, medium rift activity out here today. Here we go. Quick and easy pig kill. Make sure we grab up all the hides and meat that we can get. Oh, here we go. Here's a nice limestone cave. Make like a little stairway here and get to work digging here. We're gonna need quite a bit of this stuff. We might as well just get this chest placed just right over here for now. We're gonna need to fill this thing with limestone. The copper is so much slower than the tin bronze. Maybe I should have brought the iron one, just for the sake of my sanity. The speed of mining would be so much faster. I know there are ways to get like polished stone as well. I think you need to use chisels to get polished stone. And then there is a mod that you can use to kind of chop giant chunks of block off instead of having to do the relief method where you do the checkerboard and get one individual piece of stone at a time. But polished stone could be pretty cool as well for a flooring or something like that. We're just going to get an insane amount of limestone rock here. We're going to need to crush all of this with a hammer, so we'll probably need to craft up another hammer. Of course, we're going to need some of this for leather making as well, but nowhere near as much as we're going to need for the walls for plaster. 2 crushed limestone makes 1 quicklime, and then 1 quicklime makes 1 plaster, so every single wall is going to take 2 of these rocks here. So we're going to go ahead and do the checkerboard system here. Alright, and then if we do the whole wall behind this, and the floor beneath it, we should be able to get all of these rocks to fall off. Oh, there we go, there's 1 right there. Alright, we got 10 of those chiseled limestone. I think that is good for limestone for right now. So let's go ahead and grab up our chest, and then let's get out of here. There's our limestone quarry. It's gonna build like a little wall around it. We don't fall in there. Get some of this dirt out of our inventory too. Very nice, we got quite a bit of limestone. Who knows if it's gonna be enough. These flowers are pretty nice. Corn flowers. Have a nice variety of flowers for our bees once they come home. We want to have a nice flower-filled home for our bees once they get here. I don't know what's happening here. Violent storm. Interesting. Haven't seen that one before. Let's get out of this storm back into our base. Got all these beautiful berries. Go ahead and get our chest down here. Plenty of limestone ready to crush. Let's get some of these berries into storage downstairs. Just see what their spoil timers look like. So 15 days, 6 days. So cranberries seem to last the longest, but provide the least amount of satiation. So we need to get crushing on this limestone. Get our hammer out here. Let's see how much durability it takes to do a full stack. Crush down a bunch of this. We're gonna need all of this turned into quicklime here. And in order to do the quicklime, you need a campfire, I believe. So we would be doing that down in the basement. 10 more meat here, another hide. It's a medium. Okay, so yeah, we just place it on the campfire, and that will turn the limestone into quicklime. Let's see how fast it actually cooks up here. Oh, it needs to be at 800 degrees as well. So firewood isn't actually going to cut it. We could actually use peat to do this. We have plenty of peat, fortunately. Let's get the peat in there. The other thing I think I want to do while we're down in the basement is maybe some panning. We do have a little bit of bony soil we could work through. Maybe we luck out and get a candle, but we do have bees coming, so not the end of the world if we don't get a candle from panning. Okay, so it's at 825. Oh, it actually bakes pretty quickly. Okay, this is going to take a long time to do. And a lot more peat than we have in our inventory, probably. Peat burns very quickly, only 25 seconds. We could use some of our coal. We have all of the brown coal in the world and all of the black coal in the world practically, so let's see here. So coal lasts over a minute, so each single coal will be able to produce multiple quicklimes. Probably a better use of resources than using peat, since we do have a massive mine of coal available to us. So we're going to let that do its thing. It's going to take quite some time. Let's do a little bit of panning here. We only have 5 blocks. Let's see if we get lucky. Alright, unfortunately nothing too crazy with the panning. We did get 2 more lore books here. So let's go ahead and read those. 2 more lore books. We're going to probably have to make up a bookshelf to store all of these. Our quicklime, still chugging away. We only have 18 here. We're going to need, each one of these is going to be 1 block of plaster, basically. So we're going to need quite a bit of it. Maybe we even make a second campfire pit to get things going a little bit more quickly for us. It is a calm rift activity evening, so we are free to come outside pretty much. Make sure we close our cellar. We've got another bloomery finished here. Of course, we have so much more iron in that cave, so not concerned. We have 43 more ingots to go through, plus the stash that we have. But yeah, at this point, we're kind of just waiting on stuff. We're waiting on our bees, we're waiting on our quicklime. Once we have a bunch of this quicklime, then we will be able to start making our plaster. So, since it's calm rift activity, let's just head over to the sandy area over here. See if we can't grab up just a little bit of gravel. And then with this granite sand, we should be able to make our plaster. The quicklime plus 1 sand. Got the sunrise coming in nice and beautiful over the horizon. Let's grab some of our quicklime here. And then if we do quicklime plus, there we go, plaster. Alright, so we don't want to do that quite yet because we need to figure out what types of plaster we want and in what quantities. Oh, I guess, you know, the fancier plasters take completed plaster already, so maybe we can't just craft up all of it into regular plaster first, and then from there figure out what we're going to do with it. So there we go, 26 of our plain plaster all ready to go. It's going to be a waiting game at this point. We're going to be burning through a lot of this coal here, but fortunately we have a massive mine of it, plus a mine of brown coal that we haven't even tapped into yet. So we could make a bookshelf here, and that would allow us to store all of our lore books. Bookshelf up there. There we go, nice. Let's check on our crops. Oh, these onions are finished. Very nice. Grab up all the mature onions here. And then the turnips are also mature. Very nice. So lots of vegetables coming in. Turnips are heat stressed, so we're not going to get as much out of them as we would. So I think, focusing on onions is going to be a good idea. And then our turnips as well here. 107 days freshness. 1.3 years on the onions. Yeah, so the rye is still heat stressed. Pretty unfortunate. I thought this was a temperate climate, but I guess it is a little too hot for the rye and the turnips. Alright, and I think it's time that we upgrade some of these chests into full-blown trunks here. We get 2 more right there. It is a little janky going through the tool rack. Maybe we raise that up. And then I do want to save one of these chests for CarryOn. And we are really running out of space here. That's why we're working on the plaster downstairs. Speaking of which, make sure we refuel that, fill it back up, see if it's finished. Oh, still got a little time left, but if we stick it on there, I think it resets its temperature, so I'm going to wait. Very much looking forward to our first major harvest here. And of course, looking forward to our bees. So I think technically they should be ready today. It was the 2nd that we found that. I'm going to wait one more day just in case. And then let's also build up a place for them to live. Alright, so bees. We're going to want a little fenced-in area to prevent animals from eating the honey and all of that. Okay, so on the wiki it has like a optimized placement. So basically you want to place 2 skeps kind of right next to each other and then have a 2-gap block in between them and 2 gaps to the fence. Let's get our planks out here, sticks. And the way I think I want to place the skeps is on like a little post. We're probably going to want to get rid of this burn area that we just built. Yeah, we just built this pit here, but I think this is where I want my bees to live. So I'm going to break down the fire pits here. We're going to find another place for those. And then we're going to fill this in with regular dirt and build our bee area on top of this. So goodbye to the pit we just built. But yeah, I mean, I think having like the bees and the big flower field kind of right to the side of the base is going to look pretty nice. So that's my idea at least. So I think you want a 10 by 10 placement for the bees. So I'm going to get a little bit more dirt out here, then make it look like a little bit more natural. Alright, I think we should be able to fit the 10 by 10 over here. Let's get to work on the fencing here. So as far as the edge goes, let's get it maybe 1 away from there. Alright, so this is going to be our little bee area, 10 by 10. Then as far as placement of the skeps goes, it's going to be 2 away there, and then 1 to here and here is where you're going to want the skeps. Alright, just like that, and then you're going to want 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. 2, 1, 2, boom, boom. Alright. A couple of nice gates here, and then we're going to fill this whole area in with flowers. So we've been picking a lot of flowers. We should have quite a few, probably more than we need, so we get to pick and choose which ones we want to use here. Get some of these down, purple ones peppered in. Alright, there we go. So we have our home for our bees, nice variety, mishmash of flowers. I think it looks kind of interesting. And we should be able to get our apiaries up in here. We're going to need a ton of cattails to craft up some more skeps. We only have the 1 populated one coming in. We're going to want 7 more of those, so quite a few cattails that we're going to need. I think maybe we head over to the pond with the massive amount of cattails and get to work gathering some of those up. I'm going to take our oil lantern with us since we're going to be in water. We don't want our Lantern extinguishing on us. Things are starting to come along here. Our nice little beehive area ready to go. Our first field for our farm. We're working on... Oh, you know what I forgot about was our plaster. Might have wasted a little bit of our black coal, unfortunately. But with that said, let's head on over. Get to work on these cattails. There are these ones that are close to the base, which are nice, but yeah, we can grab those anytime. Let's go over to the big reed lake and just get a massive amount from over here. We're going to need 112 cattails in order to craft the 7 skeps that I want. Quite a bit of gathering. It might be worth bringing some of these closer to the base as well eventually. We're going to need to be replacing our skeps every time we harvest them. That's just a ton of cattail reeds that you're going to need for bees. Alright, we got 2 full stacks. Nice amount. The sun is just about to set here, so medium rift activity. Let's go ahead and get back home. Get some of these skeps crafted up. And in the morning, we're going to head on over to our bees. Alright, home sweet home. Just in time for the nightfall here. Let's get on inside. Get these skeps crafting. Alright, there we go. 7 skeps. Still have 16 of these little reeds left. Very nice. So in the morning when we grab our populated skep, we are going to need an open backpack slot. So we're going to have to make sure we have an open backpack slot before we go out there. But what I think I'm going to do is, first time in a while, let's go ahead and sleep. Because I'm excited to get these bees up and going. So let's go ahead and sleep here. And first thing in the morning, we'll set these skeps up and then go grab ourselves our bees. Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get our skeps up on these posts here. Yes, we can do them. Okay. So I think I want to put our populated one right here. So let's get all the empty ones set up on the other posts. There we go. We'll have our 1 populated skep placed right there. That will swarm to all of these other ones. So let's just get a little bit of preparation taken care of. And then we're going to have to clear out one of our backpack slots. So we'll go ahead. We have an empty slot right here. Hunter's backpack. And we are ready to go. We got food, we got healing, we got weapons. We got quicklime in our inventory. We don't want that right now. Everything else that we could possibly need. Make sure the door's shut. Alright. Cabbages are finished, so we have a little bit of harvesting to do when we get back. But, before that, we're on our way to get our bees. We got our first oak tree populated there. We should be able to get a nice amount of seeds from that one. Lots of leafy branches. I'm excited for this. At long last, we'll finally have bees. Take a few days for them to actually start doing what they need to do for us, making honey, making beeswax. But once they do, we will be beyond ready for winter. One last dangerous journey into the forest here. Our beautiful black coal mine right here. Wonderful little place. Just a few short moments, we will have our bee skep. Getting close here, here we go. Here's the cave. There's the bees up there. Go ahead and just pillar our way up. And we check our skep. Populated skep, there we go. Amazing. We have bees, officially. We're gonna leave that wild hive alone in case, the worst happens. But, yeah, we officially have our beehive. Double check here. Populated skep. Let's get out of here and get home. Come out into the relative safety of the valley over here. Let's just go get up a little bit more black coal. We spent a lot of it on making the quicklime. Use up the last little speck of durability on our pickaxe here. Beautiful, beautiful black coal all over the place. Let's do a little bit of mining. Shouldn't be too long before this thing breaks. Oh, and there it goes. So we got 20 pieces. There's still quite a bit left over here. That taken care of. A little bit more black coal for us. Plenty more where that came from. We have our bees. I am feeling absolutely great. Let's get home ASAP and get these bees propagating. Alright, here we are. Home sweet home. And home sweet home for our new bees. Let's get these boys where they need to be. And there we go. We have the bees. That is absolutely awesome. They're going to enjoy these flowers here. We'll close up the doors, make sure no raccoons or whatever come in and start eating the honey. But it takes a little while for it to update to show how many flowers are nearby. But it will update, and that maximized number of flowers that we placed around it will allow us to propagate at the maximum amount of speed here. That is absolutely awesome. Super, super happy about that. Now we're going to have to always be careful to leave one fully populated skep while we're harvesting all the other ones, or else we're going to have to run all the way back to the forest way up here. But for now, I think we're safe to unpin the bees. Now beyond that, we of course have our first few plants to harvest here. We have cabbages. Get these. Looks like that might be the only thing that's ready to go here. Let's go ahead and plant up these extra cabbage seeds. Maybe get another harvest out of these. Kind of nearing the end of when we can plant, so once we get this last harvest here, I'm going to try planting them all again. Hopefully get another harvest out of all of those. But yeah, I am feeling so good. We got our bees. We're going to have to, of course, decorate this place out. Let's check in on our limestone. A little bit of time left on this. We have 8 cabbages, not very many, but very satiating. 300. So I wonder if we mixed, 4 cabbages in with the 4x4x4 meat. That would probably be a very nice dish of meat and vegetable. Yeah, we spent a ton of our black coal. We could have potentially used, peat, but the peat burns so quickly you need to literally just stand there and watch it, because you would run out of that peat so quickly. So I kind of wanted to have that baking in the background, but we're going to have a ton of quicklime here to turn into plaster. Let's see how much we have. We have a full stack, and then another batch coming in, so we should have at least 2 full stacks, plus the 26 we already crafted up here. All this can be turned into lime water. And maybe we actually do make the lime water right now. There we go, full barrel of lime water. This will be done in a little bit. Let's go ahead and make some more weak tannin here as well. We want to be ready for the next batch of leather when it's ready. Alright, got this finished up. Just take this out here. Not going to spend any more coal on that for the time being. There we go, 2 full stacks of quicklime plus 6 more here. Absolutely beautiful. We do have a decent supply of limestone still ready to go. Decent stash of our coal remaining. Alright, that is most of the chores for today taken care of. Our new farm chugging along here. Our new bees starting to work for us. Let's check in, see if the flowers have updated. Or, oh, this one is already populated. That was very fast. 93 flowers nearby. They're going to have to swarm into these other ones. We'll swarm in less than a day. So this one will be swarming very soon here. Alright, our bees are already getting to work. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to need a ton of cattails to keep on top of maintaining the skeps once we harvest them. But this will be huge for us. Super, super happy to have bees. Beeswax, candles, honey for jams. So much is now open to us thanks to these bees. Alright, I think that is going to wrap it up for today's episode. I just saw another one of our skeps populate right there. Absolutely awesome. We have 3 of them. Man, we got so much work done today, and still yet so much more to go. We have all of the plaster that we need to start constructing our new house. So that is of course going to be a major priority for us. We have all the iron that we could need for tools, so I think adventuring out and finding more materials, specifically finding borax to get ourselves an iron anvil. That's definitely something we're going to want. Still so much more for us to do. We aren't even into our first winter here yet. Really excited for the future of this series, and I hope you guys are as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye.